Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the FPL Affairs podcast, the podcast that strips back and lays bare our season-long love affair with FPL. In this video, the FPL Affairs Swan, aka the Differential King, on the All in Football FPL show, shares with you the players who he believes will be this week's Differential Kings. How many will there be? Do you own any of them? Has he missed any? Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for all of our content, and if you hit that bell, you should get notifications every time we release something new. Anyway, enough of my small talk. Barry, get cracking.
And there's Mo Salah. There goes Haaland. He's on his way again. He's hungry. He's scored. Ice cold precision from Palmer. Kayo Saka! That is a diamond of a goal.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 5 of the Differential Kings. So in this episode what we're going to look at is the game week 4 results and see who won. Was it the form or was it the fixture? So I'm going to review that, and then I'm also going to look at my game week 5 predictions of the top 5 informed players that are 5% or under, and also look at the ones that have got a decent fixture who I think is going to be the Differential King for this game week coming up. So let's look at the results from form for game week 4. So we had 2 outstanding performances from Lacroix and Shaw. Shaw was the king. He got the 8 points compared to Lacroix, who got 6. So what I'm trying to find is a trend here that defenders are actually getting more points than usual. This is due to obviously DEFCON as DEFCON points that obviously been introduced, and also there's more and more clean sheets, especially with obviously teams that are set up. So for example, like Sunderland, they sit back. Wolves obviously lost Tran Larson, so they didn't have that attacking impetus. So that is something to look at. Is it time to go big in defence? Dewsbury Hall, Tavernier and Szoboszlai obviously didn't produce the goods. Szoboszlai got obviously the clean sheet bonus, but obviously was playing right back and couldn't penetrate the Burnley's defence with the long range passing. That obviously only got penetrated by a silly decision by Hannibal, and obviously Salah took away the penalty. Fixtures. So there was only two actually outstanding players. It was Walter Maida, who I picked in my differential draft for the 5-a-side, and Xavi Simons. So quite a lot of these were a gamble. Whistler obviously was pulled out with an injury that I didn't know prior to. Devaney was a gamble as well because Yemi Pino had a flag, and I didn't know if he was going to start. And obviously, I heard news that Saar was going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, but it looks like it's going to be only probably 2 to 3. And obviously, he missed the weekend fixture. Bradley came on and obviously got booked, so he got 0 points. And Muniz didn't do enough in the game to warrant a reward in a goal or an assist. So Walter Maida and Xavi Simons was the top performers there, and Walter Maida got the crown. So game week 5 on form. So I've picked Lacroix again. So he's in back-to-back weeks. He's obviously got ridiculously good form because of how good Palace have been in defence. They've only conceded 1 goal this season and haven't conceded away from home. And obviously they're playing West Ham away. So expecting a clean sheet if stats prove that. Jaden Anthony, we know obviously how good he was at Bournemouth, being an impact player, but he's technically actually Burnley's main man at the moment. 1.2% owned. He's got great form at 7.3 against the Notts Forest team that got beat 3-2 against my team Swansea in the EFL Cup. So obviously defensive issues again for Ange. So maybe that might be because he's rotated it, but we'll see on that. So Anthony gets an average shots per 90 at 2.02 and has an XG of 1.77. So it's very, very high. So he will be someone to keep an eye out. Paqueta for West Ham. Obviously gone down in value, was start at 6 million, so 5.9 million, and obviously he's in really good form. Him and Bowen have looked most dangerous for West Ham. Obviously Wilson's obviously come off the bench and scored, but apart from that, I think Paqueta and Bowen are the main threats for West Ham. And obviously Lacroix has got obviously his hands full with them pair. Paqueta has got 6 shots and he's had 4 on target and 2 goals, and his expected shots on target is 0.72. So potentially look for a potential shot on target, but will Paqueta score from it? Stats prove that he's probably not going to because obviously how strong Palace are in defence. Watermaid's made it again. This time he's in for the form, not for the fixture. Obviously, with his nine points in his last fixture against Wolves, I've backed him again. Obviously, he is obviously still under that five, still under 5% owned. So with that, he does come under this, and obviously he is in good form with that 9 points he got in his first ever game of the Premier League. So can he replicate this? He did get 3 shots against Wolves and obviously scored a goal with that with an XG of 0.27. And obviously he was averaging a 0.81 expected shots on target. So expect him to have a shot on target. Mendy's in there because obviously how well he did against Forest, scoring them 2 goals and obviously getting the bonus points. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in there because obviously he is a holding midfielder and is more likely to get defensive contributions against Man City at home than a goal or assist. But he has had 5 shots this season, two goals, obviously, as I mentioned, against Nottingham Forest, and 3 shots were outside the box and 2 inside. So, say he is obviously a defensive minded midfielder, he is actually getting in the box to have some shots as well. So, bear that in mind. And his DEFCON stats per 90 is 7.25. But I can see that going up against Man City, depending if Man City play like they did against Man United. Some my fixtures. So I have gambled on Zinchenko to start at left back. I think Williams will be moved to the right, especially with Ina's injury. Williams is a natural right back. He has been filling in at left back for club and country. But I think Zinchenko, with obviously how Ange wants to play with an attacking minded fullback. I think Williams and Zinchenko will obviously do him proud with that, and it could be worth a gamble, especially with Forest's 2 good fixtures coming up, and it's obviously priced at 4.9 with a low ownership of 0.3. I nearly picked him in my five-a-side differential draft team, but opted against it due to obviously I'm unsure how Ange is going to set up Nottingham Forest in the next couple of games. I've picked He Chan, obviously for Wolves against Leeds. Leeds obviously have been really solid in defence at home, but away it's a different matter. And He Chan has looked the most likely to score, having started 3 games, including the AFL Cup where they played West Ham. He has looked the most dangerous, as I mentioned. He's got an XG in that cup game of 0.92. So can he replicate this against Leeds at home? I picked Jimmy Pino. Obviously, I know, obviously, with stats from last season in the La Liga, he was a threat, scoring and assisting. So he's got used to playing with obviously his teammates now, and obviously played in the EFL Cup against Millwall. So hopefully he's got that working relationship now with Mateta, and hopefully Mateta can actually finish, even though he missed the sitter against Millwall, but he took away his penalty really well, put it into the top bins. So with Pino, he's played 103 minutes so far this season, and he's had 4 shots. He's got an XG of 0.75, so that is pretty good. Say he's only played that amount of time and having that many shots as well. I picked Gunnarsson for Leeds, obviously a budget defender. Obviously, as I mentioned in the previous one, I think defenders are scoring more points this time due to DEFCON points and also how teams are setting up as well very negatively, and letting obviously teams have all the possession and people and the team's not really penetrating the defense. They're just waiting for that opening to arise, and sometimes it just doesn't arise. So they try and obviously create it, and then they get hit on the counter attack. So with Gudmundsson, he has actually looked to threat going forward, as well as obviously having 2 clean sheets at home. Obviously, the fixture is away at Wolves, but as I mentioned, he's had 3 shots. 2 have been inside the box as well, so that's an interesting stat for a left back having 2 shots inside. So hopefully he can potentially get on the score sheet. Would be a nice because I've brought him in this game week. I've picked McAllister. Obviously, didn't start against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League tonight, and also last night, depending on when you're watching it. So with that, I've gone for him due to his record against Everton. He has played Everton 8 times and has scored 4 times against them. So, and that's including obviously with Brighton and Liverpool. And he did score last season as well for Liverpool. So obviously, watch him to be a potential differential. I've also gone for Martinez. I think Sunderland away is a good fixture to get potential save points, especially Sunderland's home record this season's been pretty decent. And Martinez did look the best player for Villa against Everton. Um, only saved 2 shots, but obviously how Martinez has been so far this season. Villa have been expected to concede 3.29 goals, and obviously Martinez has only conceded 1. So with that, I'm expecting a potential clean sheet, and obviously Villa can't score, so it's probably going to be a 0-0. But I might jinx that now, so it's probably going to be like a 4-4. So with that, that is my summary of all the players that I think will be differential kings. If you think of any that I might have missed, obviously don't forget to comment and like this video would be appreciated. And bye for now.
So, how can you get in touch? Where can you find us? Our email address is lowercase fplaffairs@gmail.com. On X, our user handle is at FPL Affairs. Facebook, the group link is in our description on the YouTube video channel. And alternatively, you could search the Facebook group for FPL Affairs. We should pop straight up. Our YouTube channel is /at FPL Affairs, and the Spotify links are generally found at the bottom of the video, or on Spotify you could search up FPL Affairs. There may still be time to join our leagues if you haven't already. The classic league code is 12RRCG, or the classic code is lowercase I6NQNB. Unfortunately, the head-to-head league is now closed as the season has started. Thank you, Barry, for this week's suggested differential kings, and well done again for your decisions and suggestions for last week. I'm particularly going into this weekend looking to see how Voltemada continues, starting with Barcelona this evening, as well as the intriguing matchup between Crystal Palace and West Ham, because I think you had 3 suggestions in that this weekend. All that's left to say, I guess, is please like and subscribe to our channel and this video, and keep your FPL affairs under wraps until Saturday's deadline. Bye bye.